is PewDiePie gonna end up bankrupt in 2020 because of COPPA? What is up guys, welcome for a brand new video. Today we're gonna talk about COPPA. If you're watching this video, I totally feel you. You're probably confused about what's going on, what's gonna be the platform in 2020. YouTube is about to change big time. Your YouTube channel is probably about to change a lot as well if you're watching this video. Just let me tell you that I get it. I'm going through it as well, and I've been doing a lot of research, a lot of hours of researching online, and I think I figured out precisely, and I'm gonna help you out understand precisely what is the law coming to you in 2020, what are the advantages, the inconvenience, what is the big risk of this law for you and for the platform, and how you can benefit from it. Exactly, because there is definitely a way to benefit. Like in any situation, in any destruction, there is also creation, and here we're talking opportunities. Stay tuned for this video as you'll learn everything about COPPA. Right, so COPPA, first of all, is the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. It was born in the year 2000, and the purpose of this was simply to protect children's privacy online. In the year 2000, the internet was appearing and people were not sure about how data would be treated, and they would want to technically protect the children and make sure that no phone number, email address, or whatever address would be collected from children, so that they can be protected and not stalked and not harassed by weird behaviors. So now COPPA is coming back to us because from 2013 there is a genre that exploded on YouTube, and that's kids content. Kids content really grew big on the platform, made a lot of money to a lot of people, especially YouTube, because YouTube's getting 50% of the total amount of all that big pile of cash that's being created. So people started to make a lot of content. Kids became a very profitable niche, and guess what? YouTube took advantage of it, started to track the behavior of children, as it was easy for the algorithm to do this. You can imagine all those kids videos represented a number of datas of interaction made by kids, like very young kids, preschoolers, on the video. Therefore, YouTube was able to sell advertising based on this target behavior. That was the big problem. That's where they went too far. That's when the law was broken. And that's why YouTube had to pay recently, I guess it was in September of this year, about $170 million to the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission in the United States. Now, YouTube was sued. YouTube was fined with a big fee here, and there is somebody the FTC wants to go after. And this somebody is the content creator himself. YouTube was wiped out of the map. Basically, YouTube used to act as a buffer between the creator and the law, that was YouTube. If the law wanted to sue the creator, they had to sue YouTube. Well, they did that. They sued YouTube, and now the creator needs to pay his fair share. They're gonna look for creators who are kids content and who are trying to let their content appear as not kids content. Let me explain. Now, when you're on YouTube as a content creator, you noticed it. No matter the size of your channel, the number of views you're making, the number of subs, or whatever, if it's a young or an old channel, doesn't matter any of this. You need to indicate for everyone and for every video you have. You need to indicate if this is made for kids and if this is for an audience above 18 years old. If you indicate that this video is made for kids, then the video will be almost demonetized. You'll lose most of the revenues. You won't be able to have comments on your video, you won't be able to have likes on your video, you won't be able to direct the audience from your video to another video. Basically, the video is going to be a dead weight on your channel. If you say that the video is not for kids, then you can earn money and do all of the above, and you won't have any problem as far as the video is actually not for kids. If you're a content creator and you make videos for preschoolers, but you want the money, and you put your video as not for kids, then the Senate or the FTC will be able to come after you very easily, because the tools, the algorithmic tools, are provided by YouTube to the FTC for them to easily come after the creators who are cheating the system. So if they come after you and they see, oh, this guy put that his content is not for kids while it's clearly for kids, we're gonna fine him $42,000 per video. So the FTC is gonna come after you and is gonna ask for $42,000 per video in violation of the law. $42,000. If you have 10 videos, that's almost 500K. Basically, the FTC can ruin your life. Creating content on YouTube nowadays can ruin your life. So, what is kids content, you ask me? Well, the FTC and YouTube together, they defined the law, and what is kids content is content that is made for kids, okay? But it is content that is directed to children as the primary audience. Children being individuals under 13 years old, all right? So, any video that is made for preschoolers is called a kids video, all right? Demonetized and so on, fine. Now, the second point, it is also content that is directed to children, but children are a secondary audience. For example, cartoon videos that primarily target teenagers, but is also intended for kids. This is very complicated, this is problematic, and this is why you're having a lot of issues right now as a content creator to really identify the source of the matter and how to solve it. So, content that is directed to children, but children are the secondary audience. This sentence comes out directly from YouTube, but it makes zero sense. It is directed to children, but children are a secondary audience. If it's directed to children, children should be the first audience, okay? Doesn't make sense. And in the same sentence, they put, for example, cartoon videos that primarily targets teenagers, but is also intended for younger kids. So it is directed to children, but it's targeted to teens. This makes no sense. I'm not sure YouTube expressed themselves properly here, but watching a lot of videos, reading what the FTC had to say about it is very simple. The FTC simply going to assess themselves by judgments, by an objective, common sense judgment. Is the video meant for kids or not? So they're gonna look at the designs, they're gonna look at the subject matter of the site, they're gonna look at the videos, visual content, they're gonna look at especially animated videos, character, child-oriented activities and incentives. They're gonna look at what music you're using in your video, what is the other audio content of your video, what is the age of the models in your video. Are you doing the video? Is it a kid? Is it a teenager? Is 15 years old, 16 years old, 24 years old? Is there any child celebrities in your video, or is it appealing to celebrities that are compatible with child? This also is very problematic because you can be talking about mainstream actors in your video, and this is going to be appealing to kids, I guess. And the language that is used as well on your video obviously is going to determine if this is kids content. So, as you can see, it's pretty straightforward in the sense that if somebody from the outside, really from the outside, because it's the FTC, I don't think they have the internet culture, I don't think they're YouTube sensitive. So maybe ask your parents, ask your grandparents, and put them in front of your content and ask them, do you think this is made for kids? Do you think that kids would watch this content, or under 13 years old have no business to do with this? And depending on their answer, well, you might have an opinion if this is kids content. You can't track the data on YouTube to make sure that there is no kids watching your videos, because it's forbidden theoretically to be on YouTube if you're under 13. What could be the advantages of COPPA? The advantages is that at least they're gonna stop data collection on actual kids content, preschooler content. There won't be freaky data collection that is gonna be made on kids, and that's a pretty good point. It's gonna also calm down a bit the buzz and the virality of all this kids content that is flourishing online, but a lot of it is really poor quality, a lot of it is kind of shocking and trash, and a lot of it is just made to make a lot of money online and it's not bringing any value to the kids. So this is gonna really slow down all of this sphere, and it's maybe gonna allow people that actually have a passion to prevail in that field, and to maybe sell something to parents on the side, to maybe like create high quality content where they can upsell some products that are educational for kids and so on. So this is actually a good point. Lastly, it's going to provide a safer environment for kids, in the sense that kids content that is going to be identified as such is going to be promoted by the algorithm within kids content only. So it's going to be like a bubble of everybody who puts their video into kids content is going to appear in this category, and the content is just going to circulate, and the kids are just going to circulate in this content, and they're not going to leave this safe space that is going to be created by the algorithm. That's actually a very good thing. So the big issue with COPPA and why YouTubers are actually freaking out now is because of the big fine of $42,000 that could actually ruin anybody's life. People have hundreds, thousands of videos on their channel, and just imagine having a fine of 42K on 100 videos. This is just insane, just because you didn't understand properly, or you were just not interested at this level, or maybe you come from another country, because guess what? This COPPA stuff is global. I don't know how they're gonna go after Thai people, French people, Indian people. There won't be really a way. I mean, you will probably not be able to live in the United States anymore if you live there and you want to escape the fine, but that's technically really crazy. So I think it's gonna discourage a lot of content creators to jump in 2020 and make a killer channel. That's a big problem. And what about, I want to finish in this, what about PewDiePie? PewDiePie makes content on Minecraft. He makes Minecraft videos. Those videos are for children. I mean, Minecraft is a video game that is aimed at children. But now PewDiePie is making content for teenagers and above. Eventually, he'd like to make content for his own target audience, which are millennials. But is PewDiePie gonna get hit with the monetization? Is PewDiePie gonna end up bankrupt in 2020 because of COPPA? I think you should make a video about it, and I think you should just address the issue, because it's pretty dark and it's pretty complicated to get. If PewDiePie makes now Minecraft videos, but he says that it's for kids, is not going to be able to monetize, is not going to be able to have comments. There will be no, it's going to be a dead weight on his channel, so why even do those videos? But those videos are the ones that work the best on his channel. So is YouTube's going to stop PewDiePie's growth? Is PewDiePie going to get stopped by the FTC? All those are really relevant questions. Now, I told you that I would give you the solution to everything, and this is just now. If you stay till the end of the video, well, congratulations, because this is basically the one strategy that you can follow. See, I said a bit earlier that kids content is content that is directed to children, but children are a secondary audience. Content that is primarily targeted at teenagers, but also intended for younger kids. Then you just need to take that sentence. That's the only confusing sentence. You take it and you change the term. In 2020, you're gonna have to make content that this content is directed to teenagers, but adults are a secondary audience. For example, videos that primarily target teenagers, but are also intended for adults. There you go. You have basically everything in a nutshell there. You have COPPA, you have the resolution. The next video I'm gonna make is how you can actually make a killing in 2020, how you can make a lot of money on YouTube. And we're gonna cover a number of channels that are really relevant for you to jump in and start working on. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, leave a like, and especially leave a comment in the comment section. I'd love to see your channel. If you comment, you can leave a link. If you have questions about your channel's content, I'm here to answer them. I'll be answering to everyone that has a relevant question on the matter, so I'll look forward to writing to you guys. See you soon.